Okay, so Brian, you said you missed me. I missed you too.
Yeah, for those watching, I've been gone for a couple weeks,
You're so
but
sweet.
I've really missed Steve, and it warms my heart to know that I'm here with him today.
You always make me feel so good.
This is what I do.
All right, everybody, we're going to talk about testosterone because we like to talk about testosterone and testosterone replacement therapy. Brian is at our studio in Carson City at Fitness for 10. Thanks for being here, Brian. Thanks for missing me so much.
It really hurts when I miss you, but I'm really glad to be back. And for all you guys out there listening, I really enjoy talking to y'all. But isn't Steve the goods? I know you're all applauding at home. He is the goods.
Yeah. All right. So, look, most of our listeners, I think, are men, older men. So let's talk to the men. I mean, we have some women too, but men, we're talking to you so that you can help your girl because they have the same symptoms. And we're bringing this topic up because, Brian, you've had a number of people, females, talk to you about this. And I'm happy that more and more people are becoming aware of this, that women need testosterone too. And many of them, their hormones are messed up. Now, it's a little more complicated because you got a lot more hormones and moving parts and so on. But my wife's on testosterone replacement, and it's made a big difference in her life. But what have you heard? And you guys know there's a description. Um, there's a link in the description for Royal Medical. Use Vitality One promo code, and you'll get a nice discount there. It's like normally $195 a month, but they take off the next 5 months. It's $150 instead of $195, and that includes your medication. That includes your uh, consultations and your blood work. So, what have you been hearing, Brian? People that you know, females that are close to you, about or clients asking about this.
Absolutely. I hear this regularly. I've had several conversations over this last month on this topic. It's not just clients, it's people in general. Look, I know that for a long time, there's always been this approach, both men and women, that you don't want to put anything in your body. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do that. Look, I get it. We were all horrified with the medical world for a long time, and we may have developed a little trust or distrust, if you will. But let's just look at hormone replacement therapy, is what you might call it, or TRT programs. Ladies and men both age. We both go through life's transitions. Ladies, just like men, have a specific level of testosterone, not as high, obviously, that depletes through time and depletes as they get older. And as they go through their transitions in life, it gets lower, lower, and lower. Interestingly enough, they have similar symptoms to men that they will have the same problems. They won't understand why they're so tired. They don't understand why their libido might be in check. They don't understand why their cognitive side of things might be a little loopy. When they're looking at this stuff, the first thing I want to tell everybody is go get your blood panels done. Go see where all your levels are at. Because some of the people that I've talked to and worked with in these areas, just a little bit of testosterone, when they find their testosterone is low, makes a lot of things better. So you got to worry about your bone density. You got to worry about your muscular structure. You got to worry about your cognitive side. You need to know what it's like to not have a floating mind, something that's more defined. Your energy levels, they will definitely come up. Your cognitive side will get better. Your bone density gets better. Your muscular ability gets better. Everything will get better if you're prescribed a very low dose of testosterone for ladies. They don't even touch the stuff that Steve's on, and I take even more than Steve. They don't even come close to what I take, but it's very beneficial. Now, yes, with everything, there's side effects, and that's what I think people get hung up on. This is an individual choice. So those who are out there, feel free to make whatever comment in there, but we don't need to necessarily debate that there's going to be side effects. There's side effects to taking aspirin. There's side effects to eating 7,000 bananas in an hour. Okay, I'm being silly, but there's side effects to everything. You have to make a great decision for you with good, sound medical advice from people that are professionals in those fields. And I make that a specific thing when I talk to people about that. You have to go to specialists, people that have immersed their time, energy, and awareness into replacement therapy for men and or women. That's where you're going to get the proper information, where they're not afraid to talk about it and they're not worried about whether or not it's going to be covered by insurance. Now, a lot of times you have to come out of pocket for this stuff, but understand a few dollars spent, you'll spend, $200 a month on going out and buying your favorite cheeseburgers. Why not spend $200 a month on something that's going to make you feel fantastic for the rest of your life? So testosterone is something that ladies are using. I'm finding it more and more common because people are starting to learn. Go gather the information. You may not be a candidate, but you might find when you're going through your hormone replacement testing and getting all your labs done, that there's other things in there that are impacting it. And just because your testosterone may or may not be low, let's say it does come in low, it doesn't mean that they're necessarily going to put you on a testosterone program. They might add something else to your program to try to enhance your body's own ability to create testosterone. So there's lots of options out there, but go find out what they work. Quit being afraid of this stuff. This stuff is real. It's here. We know more now than we did back in the 1970s and 80s. We're not afraid of the use of these products. Yes, they have side effects. Go seek the truth for you and find a program that works for you. Steve?
Yeah, again, I recommend you talk to your own physician, but also talk to at least one or two clinics. Royal might not be the best one. It's great for men, but it might not be the best one for women because they don't specialize with women. But there are hormone specialists out there for women. My wife uses a company, and it's not the one I use. So talk to them, do your own research, because here's what the side effects are. You're going to get leaner, meaning you're going to lose body fat. And you're going to put on lean muscle tissue. And when that happens, there's a whole bunch of good side effects. You think about that. What happens when your body composition changes? When you lose the fat and you put on muscle, what happens to your body? I don't care if you're 24 or 64. When that happens, your body is going to improve in every area. And I don't understand. Look, I don't take medications. I take none, zero, but I'm on TRT. Now, I don't take any of the other medications that go with TRT that a lot of times the clinics recommend that you take, but I don't take any, just exogenous testosterone. And that is something that is natural to my body. So my side effects have all been positive. I've never had a negative side effect. That doesn't mean you might not. I don't know, but like you could have a bad side effect from eating an apple. I just ate an apple, and I don't eat a lot of carbs. So that's the deal. But you guys need to search out these clinics and start asking questions. YouTube is a great place to find answers about TRT. Just do a TRT search on YouTube. Do TRT for women or TRT for men, and all kinds of good stuff, and very knowledgeable doctors and hormone specialists will come up that you can watch and listen and hear these opinions of these people. I recommend doing that. It's easy research. All you got to do is search it on YouTube, and you'll hear all kinds of people talking about it and what the benefits are and what their recommendations are. And just like many other things in the medical field, you're going to hear a whole bunch of different suggestions. And the women, it's more complicated because there's thyroid, there's all these other, and it's been a lot. It's been a more difficult process for my wife to get her hormones dialed in. Okay, the total T's up now, but the free testosterone's too low. So sometimes you have to experiment with it, but there's people out there that can help you with this, and it's a life changer.
I think it is. One of the things that excites me about hearing this and people starting to inquire, as I get older, I want the muscular strength to get off the ground. I want the bone density levels in my bones to be higher in case I fall. I want my body to be stronger. You used to hear all these things about, you don't want to take that fall and break that hip. You don't want to break your femur. You don't want to do it, because we know that as we get older, those are really, really devastating issues. Why not do something for your body that's going to maintain a better level of strength, a better level of bone density, a healthier body that operates and isn't so, I guess, where you can't get hurt quite as easy. I mean, there's things we can do to make us stronger, better thinkers, clearer mindsets, better bodies as we get older than what we did 50 years ago as a human. Embrace these opportunities. Don't wait. Now, for those of you that are second guessing or you're scared of this, understand, and Steve's right about this, research. Do it for yourself. Take a look. I researched for a long time. And if you looked at the series Steve and I used to do my first year in a TRT program, I mean, I did a lot of work, and there was stuff I was still scared about as I started into that program, and we would talk about it on our videos. It's okay to be afraid of it. It's okay, because then you're going to ask the questions. It's okay to be concerned. But remember, your best friend is not an expert. Your neighbor across the street is not an expert. Just because your cousin said they take a certain thing and that'll help you doesn't mean it works for you. You have to find the truth for yourself in all of this. Go seek it out.
Yeah, that's great advice. And eat some protein and lift weights.
Yeah.
I know that's kind of a little sidebar, but lift weights, eat lots of protein, which as you get to be our age, I know you get plenty of protein, Brian, but you got to focus on it and lift weights. That'll prevent you from getting old and feeble to where you're, walking like this and then, you just tip over. You don't want to tip over. People break their hips and then they fall. That's what happens because they're fragile. If you lift weights and you eat protein, whole foods, that's going to make a difference so that you can walk normally. Because I see people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. I'd say maybe half of the people, because I notice half of them are limping because of some problem with their body. And it shouldn't be like that. You want to limp the last half of your life? I don't.
I think you're absolutely right. We can make positive changes so it don't happen. Now, look, accidents happen in life. We get it. And you can give us 1,000 examples of accidents that happen so somebody has something debilitating that goes on in their body. But preventative medicine, what really is preventative medicine? Well, I think these replacement therapy programs are. And I think we need to embrace them. Go find out. Don't wait.
Yeah, obviously, Brian, you're someone who's been won over for sure. And
Yes,
you've been quite a while now, and you feel it's changed your life, right?
it has effectively changed my life. It's been a year and a half about that I've been working in a TRT program. I've switched clinics. I'm now with Royal Medical. I used to be with Age Management Institute out of Reno, um, but I went with the guys that work with us. Is what I did. Uh, the the experience of life now is 100% different. And just really quickly, since we're talking about it, I too used to be on a bunch of different medications to manage my entire body. I now only address the stuff that I take in my TRT program. But I also have a bunch of supplements that I use based on my bloods. So it's all combined. That's what gives me the energy I need to go forward every day. And it's so normal. It's not new. And I never want to go back to what I used to do. I don't want anxiety. I don't want depression. I don't want crashes ever again.
Yeah, and the last thing I would say is this is not a steroid cycle. You're
No,
not on gear. Look, you're not magically, and women too, you're not going to start taking testosterone and magically build these massive arms. Look at me. I got skinny arms, I got skinny legs, I got pretty much skinny everything. So you're not going to turn into this muscular bodybuilder because your testosterone levels are now normal. So when your testosterone levels are normal, you're going to be healthier. But they're not, no clinic, their goal is not to make your testosterone too high or go flying out of the top of the range. You might be at the high end, good for you. But steroids are different. They work in your body differently. And
completely different animal, Steve. I agree with you. I can't say enough about it. It is not a steroid regimen that we're talking about. And to kind of piggyback, sorry to cut you off, piggyback on what you said, I haven't gained a whole bunch of muscle because I take testosterone. What I've gained is mental clarity, lack of anxiety and depression. My energy levels make me more efficient in my workouts. What I've lost was a lot of my waistline. I'm still a heavy guy. I don't try to diet, if you will. But I lost a significant amount on my waist. Doesn't make me a thin man, so I'm not feeble. Um, there's so many positives from it. You can't wait to find out the truth. Go and find out.
yeah, for sure. And it's we're talking about your health here, and you hear all these fitness influencers out there, and oh, I'm natural. Okay, here's what I call myself. I'm enhanced. Okay, I'm enhanced. Am I on gear? No. Am I on a steroid cycle? No. But am I enhanced? Absolutely, I'm enhanced. I'm stronger. I'm leaner. I'm everything better physically because I'm on TRT. So, am I enhanced? Absolutely. I'm not going to sit here and say, "Oh, I'm not enhanced. I'm just replacing the testosterone that, you know, is that I had, 30 years ago." I'm enhanced. Wouldn't you say you're enhanced?
I am, but I think it's important because, especially for a lot of my female clients, if you're watching this, we're not talking about bulking out and looking like Arnie. The enhancements are bone density's better, energy's better, clarity's better,
Right.
libido is better. All these things where your body operates at a more efficient level. That's the enhancement. You're not going to put on 40 pounds of muscle.
No.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, and that's the point that people have to realize. Are you going to be stronger? Absolutely. You're going to be stronger. Are you going to be able to perform better in the gym, in the bedroom? Absolutely, because you're enhanced. But it's not going to be something that's probably even noticeable by most people. They may notice that you look healthier, you're moving better and so on, but it's not going to be like, "Oh my gosh, what happened to your biceps? What, how'd you put an inch and a half on your biceps?" That's not going to happen, especially with women.
Well, and I think with testosterone, my body size actually went down because my body fat made me look bigger than what I was.
Right.
If that might sound funny, but that's literally what happened. My shirt size went down because you carry a lot of body fat, underneath your arms, through your back, things like that. my waistline went down. So it created a smaller version of me saying, God, I'm sorry. We get fans waving at me through our studio window.
Yeah, you're famous.
But Steve, I don't want to brag, but I am. Um, no, but really, just try this stuff, everybody. Gather the information. There's so many positives. It's worth it. Yes, there are negatives, but find out what they really are.
Yeah. All right, Brian. And yeah, you are famous. You know what? Someone recognized me in a restaurant about a month ago.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Who was
I
that?
don't know. It was some woman. She goes, I know you. I said, you do? She goes, yes, I seen you on TikTok. When really, I think I've got about 115 followers on TikTok, but oh well. Somebody knows
There
me.
you go. You are a famous person.
Yeah. All right, Brian. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Steve.
All right, we'll talk to y'all later.
Bye now.